All right, Andrew, go ahead first for Mondo.
Armando, I was right down there in the baseline, and that was a very physical game before it got crazy at the end. What did you guys have in you to be able to pull that thing out, given the way it went late in the second half and throughout overtime?
I mean, just staying together. I mean, it was a stretch around the 10, like maybe 8 to 6 minute mark where me and Kayla, we made some plays that we usually don't make. And I mean, that was a time where usually in the past we would tuck our heads and it's like we were down like four. Dre Davis was making a bunch of huge shots, and it was a time where usually we would just tuck up and not fight. But I mean, today we said, hey, we got to fight and we just got to keep going. And I mean, that's what we did, and that's the outcome, and we happy with it.
And what happened on that play that resulted in the technical on Withers in there in overtime?
Yeah, Withers actually, I got a good relationship with him. He's from North Carolina. We play AAU with each other. I mean, he gave me a little push, but I mean, yeah, I ain't mad at him. We talked after the game. It's all good. I mean, it was a physical game. I'm cerebral trying to get bored, so I know a lot of the times I may, nick somebody up on accident, but that's just how they responded, and we got the technical in. I mean, it was a huge change in the game, and I'll take it.
Thank you.
Josh Graham, go ahead.
Armando, I saw a bit of a smile there. Were you surprised you got the call?
No, I mean, cause he fully extended. It was a two-hand push, so I mean, I'm not surprised about it. I didn't know like what would happen, but I mean, I'll take it.
CL.
Armando, was this the most physical game you've played in so far this season? It seems like normally it's like bigger guys, 7-footers that you kind of have to tangle with, but it seemed like Sydney was just like strong.
Yeah, no, he was pretty strong. Got big shoulders, so I mean, it definitely was a physical game. I'd say it was the second most physical. Kentucky, that was a real physical game. But other than that, I would say definitely. I mean, he did a great job. He got a good story coming from JUCO. He a good player. I got a lot of respect for him, man. He definitely pushed me today.
Dina King.
Hey, Armando, you guys have struggled on the road, but how great does it feel to get that big road win, a gutsy performance for you guys?
I mean, it was great. We needed it. I mean, Louisville, as y'all can see, I mean, it was a crazy atmosphere. I mean, it was probably one of the most intense games I ever played in, especially towards the end. And just for us to stay together going down four, and they went on a huge run, and then us almost not winning in the regulation and then coming back and winning in overtime, man, it was huge. And we definitely grew a lot as a team today.
Adam.
Armando, that's what I was going to ask you about being able to sort of break through on the road. Is it a relief in some ways to, not have to deal with another one of these debacles away from home? Like, is it a sense of relief, or what? How would you describe it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a sense of relief. I mean, I know it's tough for y'all and the fans. I mean, we stress y'all out. I know the fans' blood pressure was going crazy. So just us finally getting this road win and just having something to build on, especially for Saturday, was great.
Thank you.
Michael Coe, go ahead.
Hey, Armando, what was the mood like in the huddle between the end of the second half and overtime? Because it was y'all let the lead slip away. Louisville is getting back into it. They've got the momentum. What was the mood like in that huddle between coach and y'all?
Yeah, I mean, Coach, he just told us, if you would have told me 2 days ago if we was down by 2 with a minute left, I mean, he would have taken it. And I mean, that's just kind of the attitude we had. I mean, they're kind of like a wounded animal, and when you're a wounded animal, they're one of the most dangerous animals in the kingdom, and they've just got a lot of fight in them. So that's just kind of the mentality they had today, and we knew they lost their coach, one of their best players, and we knew they'd be ready to fight, so we just had to go out there and just execute in the end and just stay with each other, because if not, we would have lost that end.
Thank you.
All right, last two, Andrew and then Adam, and then we'll get Brady in here momentarily.
Armando, I also want to ask you about the fact that not just getting a road win, but you guys were up 10, and it looked like you kind of were getting close to having them on the ropes. Their body language wasn't great. And then, boom, they hit you guys with a big run, but you were able to respond. Is that a sign of growth of this team, that you're able to respond, not just on the road, but in that situation there?
Definitely, I mean, especially when, they were hot from three, and that's kind of one of the things on the road that we struggle with, and us just, kind of turning that water off in the end from the three-point line and kind of slowing down Ellis a little bit, it helped us. And, I'm just so proud of everybody. I'm proud of how Caleb responded in overtime. And helped us get this win and not get discouraged about what happened at the end. Brady was great. Leaky was huge for us tonight. And, I mean, just his growth over these last few months has just been great. And the way he's been playing is helping us.
Thank you.
All right, Adam, last one for Armando.
Armando, you mentioned Caleb. That's where I was going. The Caleb Love experience tonight. I mean, it was a roller coaster. Like, you know, what did you see from him? You guys went to him the first play out of overtime. He's swishing a three. Like, did you talk to him to try to tell him to stay in it? You know, like what was just the night like for him from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, he had his head down, but I'm like, hey, it's a new game. We had 5 minutes to win the game. And I mean, honestly, the play wasn't even for him, but I mean, just for him to just have the confidence to just, you know, throw up that bomb and make it, it was just great. And I think that kind of gave him a spark in the overtime to just keep going. And I mean, that showed a lot of maturity.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mondo. All right.